just be very honest and very factual and kind of take the emotion out of things. Hey there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your week of November 1st, 2021 general tarot reading. We got to pop out for you to start things off, but we're going to be looking at your energy coming into this week, some possible challenges you might be facing, as well as some possible outcomes for you. Remember though, we got another pop out. Sagittarius, these are general readings, so some, all, or none of it may resonate with you. If it resonates, that's great. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. It's just not your message. Don't try to make anything fit that doesn't. All right. So without further ado, if I didn't say, did I say? Oh, excuse me. Did I say that we're going to be doing clarifiers and, an oracle card at the end for all these cards? If I didn't, we are going to be doing that, so you're going to want to stick around for it. But we got, oh, wow. That's fantastic, Sagittarius. We got the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and we got you coming in to your reading in your own energy, the Temperance card, Sagittarius's card. Fantastic. When you come up in your own reading like this, Sagittarius, if you're new to tarot, this is a big time sign. That means you're in your power. You're in a very strong position. I love it. And the other two cards, the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, are backing that up. Two of Pentacles telling you you have infinite potential here. You have a chance to make things kind of become self-sustaining, keep it going on forever and ever. You know, how a person like juggles balls in the air and never seem to come down, or how, you know, those spinning plates, if you've ever seen those, like how those seem to never fall over. That's you coming in, working hard, making sure nothing's, you know, falling out of place, making sure everything's staying in line and self-sustaining. I love it. Got the Nine of Pentacles as well. Nine of Pentacles is a card of you appreciating and enjoying all the hard work you've been putting in, right? This person is walking around their own vineyard, and when you own your own vineyard, you have people that work for you, people that, you know, harvest the grapes, make the wine. You can have wine whenever you want, and it's just about enjoying yourself and all the hard work you put in, and you're in a super strong position. As I mentioned, you're popping up in your own reading, the Temperance card, so you're just in a very powerful position. I also feel like you're at this time, you're also quite flexible and quite experimental too, willing to kind of, you know, get more success and get more of this and kind of, you know, change it up a little bit, but not, you know, going so far out to affect the formula, right? We've also got the Empress on the bottom of the deck. That's fantastic as well. Just a ton of abundance coming your way too. So wonderful. This is a fantastic reading, Sagittarius. So let's take a look at some possible outcomes, possible challenges here for you, Sagittarius. Starting things off with the Seven of Pentacles popping out of the deck, Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. All right, so things not moving very quickly here, being in your challenge, or maybe moving too fast for you as well. We got the Eight of Wands, which is the second fastest card in the deck. The only thing faster is the Chariot. That is Cancer's card. So just feeling like maybe things are moving too quickly for you or not fast enough. One or the other. It's going to be different for everybody. Well, not different for everybody. It's different for some and different for others. So anyhow, we've also got the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is, you know, is the juice worth the squeeze, right? You're putting in the hard work. Is this really worth it? I feel like it is. It seems like it is. You're in such a strong position here, but it just might be a struggle for you to maintain it. Making sure you're on the right path, making sure things are growing and moving in the proper direction. That might be a bit of a challenge for you right now. Like, I feel like you're handling it, but it might be just a bit of a struggle, or more of a struggle this week than it usually is. We also got the Ace of Cups here. Maybe you want to start something new. Maybe you thought that this would be more emotionally satisfying and fulfilling than you originally thought. Maybe it still is, but not quite as much. Like, you thought you'd feel more of a sense of accomplishment because of this. So we'll see, though. We'll see. Let's clarify. Well, no, we're not going to clarify. Jeez, I keep getting ahead of myself. Maybe things are going too fast for a lot of you. I keep seeming to want to jump ahead here myself. So let's get a look at some possible outcome cards for you here, Sagittarius. All right. We have got the Two of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the King of Swords. All right, so could be a situation where you're looking for love here. Two of Cups can represent a soulmate connection, you know, a best friend type of energy, as well as a partner, someone who really just gets you. Two of Cups, though, generally is a person who is, they're not not always the case, but maybe someone who's not going to be here for the long haul. Like generally Two of Cups soulmates are people who teach you a lesson and then they leave, right? You know, and those ones usually hurt the most because they feel the most real, right? But you know, there are better connections out there. There are, you know, like the lovers, right? That is the best soulmate connection, right? So could be someone coming into your life like that. Like I say, not necessarily going to be someone that takes off, you know, but they could be someone that wants to be here permanently. You never know. You could grow into that. Tarot and life is an ever-changing, you know, future. So we got that. We got the Four of Cups as well. I feel like some gifts coming in for you here. I feel like you're thinking about the future a lot as well. So that's fantastic. And we got the King of Swords here too. So that could be that person. That could be that soulmate connection coming in for you. Or it could just be saying you need to, in order to get through this, just be very honest and very factual and kind of take the emotion out of things, right? You felt like this might have been really emotionally fulfilling, but maybe you just need to take that out of there and be like, well, look what I've accomplished, right? Look at the actual facts, right? Maybe this wasn't emotionally satisfying, but look at like what I've done. Look at the power I have in my grasp at this time. So that's what we got so far for you, Sagittarius. Look at that, Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You can see clearly a marriage happening here. So maybe that's on your mind or that's in the future for you. So that's interesting. So let's look at your clarifiers here. Before we do, thank you so much for being here, Sagittarius. I appreciate it so much. If you want, you can stick around to the end of the video. After the clarifiers, we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card. But if you don't, if you want to jump off here, that's fine too. But thank you again for being here, Sagittarius. And let's look at your clarifiers. All right. So for you, we got the Magician. We've got the Three of Wands. And we've got the King of Pentacles. I think Aries also had the King of Pentacles in their clarifiers in that same position as well. So interesting. Maybe you want to go give Aries reading a check out after this one. Oh, excuse me. But we've got the Magician, the Master Manifestor. I feel like you're manifesting this success, manifesting all of these good things and this power that you have at this time. Beautiful. We got the Three of Wands as well. Just saying, like, you know, you're wanting your ships to come in, wanting to have, you know, your success and those opportunities here at your fingertips in order to grow. So that's beautiful as well. And the King of Pentacles here could be just saying that, you know, you've got everything on track, right? The King of Pentacles has, like, you know, his health, his wealth, and his time all on track, right? Like, he doesn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. And I feel like with the 9 here, you're in that kind of energy as well. So that is beautiful. That's awesome. So Sagittarius, let's take a look. Let's see what we got here clarifying your challenges. Got some cards flying out here. Oh, look, that's all 3. We got the Two of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Empress. Again, did I mention, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that the Empress was on the bottom of one of the decks earlier. And here she is in your challenge position, just worrying maybe you're not going to have that abundance. You're not going to have all that good stuff in your life. But like I say, you're moving in a very powerful direction. And you're also moving in a good direction as well here. So I feel like you are going to have that abundance. Oh, excuse me. It just might be, you're just a little too concerned. It's not going to be the way you want. Or you're not having as much abundance as you thought you would, maybe. We got the Two of Swords here as well. I feel like you just kind of want to stay, I feel like you are being flexible and experimental, as we were mentioning here before with this Temperance card, but I feel like at the same time you really, I feel like you can't get out. Like, you can't get out and explore, and you can't move on here, right, with the Two of Swords, because it is about a card of moving on to new lands, and if you just take the blindfold off. But I feel like you're having some difficulty here. Notice because your hands are full, right? This person has a chainsaw and a shotgun in their hand, and that might be the case for you. It's like you're just a little concerned, like you're trying to move on, you're trying to find new lands, but you got so much going on that you can't move on at the same time. We've also got the Page of Pentacles here. Maybe just someone is giving you a little bit of grief, maybe someone a little younger than you or young at heart. Someone who's also just kind of starting up with their own physical material world, trying to have that abundance and grow it. Or maybe that's you concerned that you're not going to have that abundance because you've come so far from there and you're trying to stick to the plan and trying to grow and trying to nurture, but it's not getting you to where you want to be. All right, so let's take a look at your clarifiers for your outcome position. See what we can glean from here as well, Sagittarius. All right. So, taking a look, Sagittarius, we have got the King of Swords yet again. That's a powerful message when a card shows up in a reading twice, especially when it's clarifying itself like this. We got the Five of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles as well. King of Swords just coming up twice. I feel like just be honest, be factual, you know, look at like what you've accomplished, like be like, say like, hey, this took a lot. Not many people do this. Like, look at what I've done. Like, I feel like that kind of like being factual will give you that sense of accomplishment that you've been missing, right? We got the Five of Swords here as well. Five of Swords can represent conflict, winning at all costs and things like that. But I feel like it's just showing here for you, it's just you being driven. It's you being like, okay, honestly, like, look what I've done, look what I've accomplished, and I can do better. I can do more, right? I know I can. I got it in me. So I love that. That's fantastic. And we've also got the Knight of Pentacles. You're willing to take the time, right? We're talking about here in the center about how things aren't going the way you want. They're not going fast enough or they're going too slow. I think you realize that after this, it's like, okay, it takes as much time as it takes, right? It's not something you can force. You can't make yourself have success overnight. You know, so I've heard people say that before, where it's like overnight successes don't happen overnight. It's just you kind of find out about them. YouTube is a great example of that. There's a lot of people on YouTube that like you maybe never heard of before, but then you turn around and you find them for the first time. It's like, whoa, this person appeared out of nowhere. And it's like, no, they haven't. They've been working hard and grinding away to have a career that they are having and having the success that they are having. But it's just a matter of like, oh, I just found out about them now, right? So that's interesting. I feel like that's going to be a big realization for you this week here. I want to call you Aries, Sagittarius, but this week, Sagittarius, I almost called you Aries again. I feel like this is going to be a big revelation for you, is realizing that things take as much time as they take. So that's that. Let's look at your Oracle card here. Hopefully this has been resonating with you, Sagittarius. Hopefully this has been helping you out. There is a pop out for you, and let's see what it is. We got the Bobcat Spirits and Life is a Mystery. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a fancy little mystery too. With life, it just wants to do what it wants to do. You know, there's no rhyme or reason to it sometimes. And sometimes it just works in mysterious ways. Sometimes things just kind of happen, and they happen for what feels like a reason, or sometimes it isn't for a reason, but I digress. It's just saying life's a mystery. Like, sometimes, you know, you may feel at first something isn't as good as you thought it would be, and then like you give it a little bit of time and it kind of grows on you, and it does, and it's like, oh, this is actually great, this is awesome. And that's kind of what I was talking about with the King of Swords, right? Being a bit of like looking at things like, oh, at first it's like this is it, but then when you give it some time, you look at it kind of in a more of an objective way. It's like, okay, no, I really did something here. I really did something awesome. I can't believe it, right? Like, this is really cool. I can't believe it. Another thing like that can be, if you ever listen to an album, right? Like if somebody puts out an album and you're like, listen to like this band's album and you're like, oh, this is pretty good, it's all right. But then you give it a few more listens and it's like, this grows on you. And you're like, this is actually way better than I thought it was. I know there's bands out there that I like, that I love. They're some of my favorite bands. And they'll put out a new album and I'll be like, oh, this is pretty good, but it's not as good as their last one. And then like I give it some playthroughs, I listen to it for a few weeks, and I'm like, this is actually really awesome. Actually, this is better, and I love these songs more than I love the past songs, right? So sometimes life works like that. Sometimes you just need to give it time, let the mystery unravel a little bit. So that's awesome. So if you want to help out the channel, Sagittarius, you can leave a like down below. You can subscribe to the channel, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos after this one. All that helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much for being here, Sagittarius, and I hope to see you in the next video.